And Mosey, you guys heard during my pregame interview earlier with Coach Mami Dose. Always interesting, always candid, always not afraid to call a spade when she feels that a spade is out there. And she's also not afraid to say that UE, in her opinion, is a one-woman team and that they only have to look out for Kite Rosale. And also, before the end of that huddle, she reminded her team to fight as the two-game losing streak comes at a bad time for them, being that the race for that fourth spot is now as hot as ever. She also laid down the rule before the game and said, "Girls, bawal mawala ng pag-asa today." Guys?
Thanks, Nico. Indeed, there were certain points in that game against FEU na parang nawala na ng pag-asa ang Adamson, although they did fight until the end. It was a 5-7. Pero in that game, kita mo, they were just going through the motions, especially middle of set number 2.
Which is not expected of them, especially when you have Bendy, you have Kinlog, you have Soriano inside the court for you. You expect them to lead the team, and hindi na dapat masyadong nangyayari yun. But then again, as I've said, lesson learned on that loss against FEU.
Now the onus is on UE, especially the other players, sila Dizon, Caballero, to step up because ilang beses na nga pinoint out.
Na si
Rosale lang kailangan bantayan. That's kind of like an insult as well to the other players naman. I mean, not, in an intentional manner, but,
yes.
You've got to show up. Kasi, napapansin nga ng ibang teams, ng mga coaches na hindi naman kayo nakaka-contribute. So, why focus on you defensively?
Plus, imagine if the focus on Adamson is only on Rosale, it will be an easier time for, let's say, Dizon, Caballero, and the rest of the guys do their attack points.
Let's see if they can step up today, especially the likes of Dizon and Caballero. We pointed that out. Now, for more about UE, let's listen in to Erin Torrejon.
After 2 straight losses in the second round, the Lady Warriors are really looking to bounce back and start changing things starting today's game. And the way that Coach Vanjie tells her girls that they can do this is by really having the mindset of never giving up inside the court, which is why she motivated them by telling them that a lot of teams now have been catching up in the standings. And it's their turn now to start winning games. And the way Coach wants her girls to start going about this is really to put emphasis as well as all their efforts into improving their service reception, as this will translate into better offense since their girls have been lacking with solid attacks. Despite their current standing, though, Coach Vanjie is still proud of the fighting spirit of her girls, which she really just wants them to maintain. Lastly, UE's captain Rosale is coming off actually of having the flu, so she might not be 100% today. Eric?
All right, thanks, Aaron. So that's a big boost for Adamson, not going up against Rosale, who should be 100% for UE to have an easier time here.
Well, unless the game plan of UE is to really distribute the ball, which is so different from the game plan of Adamson, it can also work for UE.
Let's see what happens here. Rosale, on the other hand, though, with 2 consecutive points already in this set, has tied it up at 6-all.
The first one coming off an angle, and then this time down the line, coming from Rosale.
That's tough, I mean, especially this season, ang dami nagkaka-flu and, going against a competitive team here in the UAAP, just recovering from the flu, you've got to be impressed with the dedication, the love for the sport of these players,
Very, very true. And going to the semifinals also, you want all the athletes healthy para maganda yung fight. So, yun rin yung the coaches should really watch out for that, yung health ng players. Because for example, a UST squad, hindi masyado maraming nakukuha nila off the bench. So, if for example, 1 or 2 players gets injured or at least get sick, mahihirapan sila. The same way, I'm sure, with other teams also.
Excellent take by Pono. Here comes the back row hit from Caballero. Zapanta. Good blocking by UE, allowing the back row players to pick it up. A nice take by the libero of Adamson.
Not enough wrist action.
Outside.
As that point goes to UE.
Tied at 7-all. You mentioned USD earlier, Mosey. What a game UP put up against USD.
True.
To steal a win away from the defending champions.
You cannot take any team lightly, especially in the second round. Siyempre lahat din yan trying to get up on the top 4. So ibang complexion
That's true. Rosale has been on a roll here, putting UP on top by 187 here in set number 1.